Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Marco from Savvy Learner. Today we're going to learn how to format a cover letter. Okay, stay tuned and put on your thinking glasses and we're going to off go. Alright, here we go. Here's a cover letter that I downloaded from the internet. This is pretty unusual, the way it is formatted, but you could do it any other way as long as it's professional. You always have to have the company address on the top and who you're referring to. In the bottom you have the footer. So let's go up to Office 365. Go to office.com in your address bar. Okay, sign in. Put your password and sign in. Okay, hit next, hit yes. Okay, hit Word. Actually, I changed my mind. Go to the grid to the top left. We have to go to the shared first. Okay, hit share. And there's the document. Now go ahead and double click on that. Alright, there you go. There's the form that I sent you. Now, you see it's unformatted. It's based on the one that you just seen earlier. So let's go to the ribbon. Click on the ribbon. Those in the red is called tabs. The bottom is called groups. Left click and drag down and center it under paragraphs group. Alright. Okay, left click, hold and drag. You want to select everything, so either that, you could just, if you want to select everything, just Control A. Now we're going to use fonts, and now here where I listed is Arial, New Courier, Calibri, Verdania, or Times New Roman. The standard is Times New Roman, but you could use the other ones if you want to. You can type it in or choose it. Now you see the difference how it changed. Left click, hold and drag. We're going to change the title. We're going to bold it. Okay, or Control B. Okay, left click and enter. Remember all the dates. You got to separate the dates and the name from the title, from the address, from the company, separate them. Remember, you gotta be careful where you click. You gotta left click it and hit enter. Separate the numbers from the zip codes. Separate the email address. Okay, now look at the example to the right. We have a lot more to do. So this format is not satisfactory, so we're gonna keep on going. Select everything except for the customer service. Alright, go to the top right and hit 12. That's the size you want to do those fonts. Alright, select the body text only, not the top one. Okay, and you want to hit the dialog box. A dialog box will pop up. And you want a space before 0, after 0, and then you want to do single line spacing. Hit OK. Now that keeps the lines and sync together. You don't want it too wide or too narrow. Now we're gonna space these apart. Now you have to do one space from the deer, another space from the paragraph from the deer. Okay, we're going to tab these, and if you see the insertion point blinking, that's where you want to put it. Click and tab. Alright, there you have it. You want to separate the sincerely from the sentence. That shouldn't belong there. You want to space it once, backspace it to straighten it out. Now you want to space it twice or 3 times. The reason for that between the signature and your printed name is to give room for the actual signature signing. You want to right click and open suggestion. We're going to do a little bit of spell check here. Okay, and this is pretty much self-explanatory. Just left right click and you see the corrections there, and make sure you read the sentence and make sure it makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, you can always put your own word that will make sense to the sentence. But be careful with names, company names. Those things require research, and sometimes, a lot of times, spell checks will not have everything in the database to correct it. Alright, this will be a while. Now here's one example. The next one would be, I would be a rate fit for Intel. Now none of those would not make any sense. So I would be a read fit for Intel or react fit for Intel, and it doesn't make sense. So you gotta make sense out of it. So here you go. I would be a great fit for Intel. Okay, and next one is similar, but it's not gonna show up in the database. So you have to do the spell. Hearing. There you go. Let's go on to the next one. Now it's starting to look almost like that, but it's not quite. You notice one thing. Layout. Layout is very important. So all layouts has to be 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch. Standard for any essays, resumes, or cover letters. Okay, so we're going to insert, go to header and footer, and I'm just going to show you this for example. Now this is optional, you don't have to put the header and footer. And sometimes you have to put your address, or you could put the company's address. Okay, starting to look good. Now let's go to the grid, to the top left. We're going to, actually we're going to save as instead. Sorry. We're going to save it. Okay, we're going to have to make a new folder since this is your first project. So we're going to name it student. Double click on student and save. And you want to name it week 1. Okay, go back to the grid, to the top left, hit OneDrive, go to student folder, double click on that, week 1, it's supposed to be week 1, then hit share. Now you put the instructor's name, email, or any email that you need to give it to. Now for this demonstration I'm not putting the actual email in there, so I want you to just put the email and just hit send. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes for the lesson of today. Hope you learned a lot, and until next time, thank you.